What's up, lads? Manchester City have just beat Manchester United in a classic Derby Day game. It was an insane match. Penalty screams, red cards, would-be cards. It was just crazy from the get-go. Kun Aguero was on fire the entire first half. He looked deadly the entire bloody game. It was a crazy game for Van Gaal. He did a great job managing his teams. He had all sorts of problems to deal with. He sending off injuries. To be fair to the man, he did a great job managing his team with all the shite that was happening. But in the end, it wasn't enough. City came off, and it was really City stars that made the difference here. It started off with a bang, and that lasted the entire game. From the 7th minute, Aguero does what he does. He gets around Valencia, blasts one right at David De Gea. He makes a pretty good save right off the bat. You know, you're expecting your keeper, he might be on edge or something, but De Gea stood strong, did a great job keeping that one out. Only 2 minutes later, Robin Van Persie going the other way, attacking Joe Hart, nods one down for Januzaj. Januzaj takes it off his chest, takes it down, blasts it just wide of the net. And early in the first 10 minutes, we've already had plenty of chances. But right after that, it's City that really start turning up the heat on Manchester United. By the 20th minute mark, David De Gea is standing on his head in the United net. He's made 3 world-class saves within a tiny amount of time. It starts off with a ball coming over the top from Vincent Kompany. Marcos Rojo couldn't catch up to Aguero in time. He shoots one right at De Gea. Aguero blasts this ball. De Gea does really well to stop it. And then, not long after that, Zabaleta makes a beautiful run, passes it into the middle of the box. Milner, one-touch pass right to Jesus Navas. He smashes one at De Gea. De Gea does another brilliant save, keeps that one out as well. And then just minutes after that, Milner crosses a ball over. It's Aguero that's in there as well. It's a ball that's just between the defence and the keeper. Ones that if you're a defenseman or a keeper, you bloody hate those balls. Comes right in. Aguero clatters that ball. De Gea saves it as well. Unfortunately for De Gea, Aguero crashes right into him. It was amazing 10 minutes there. Crazy action. 28th minute, I think, Daley Blind brings down Yaya Toure 10 yards out of the box. We're all expecting Yaya Toure to hammer this shot into the back of the net. He misses it over the bar. He had a decent game. Manchester United's defence really let them down here today. City played pretty well. Their midfield, their defence, their attackers all round were a much better team than United. They had a much better attack, much better transition game, and United for most parts were really struggling. Di Maria played well for United, and he sent a couple good balls in. One of the balls that was actually one of the defining moments of the game came in. Van Persie got there. The ball was bouncing all over the box. Joe Hart eventually picks up the ball. Now, when Joe Hart is about to kick the ball, Chris Smalling, standing inside the box, goes and blocks it with his freaking foot. Gets a yellow card for that. Stupid as you like, you know, completely unnecessary. He's pulling a Mario Balotelli and blocking the ball. At least Balotelli stands outside the box, so, you know, he doesn't get in crap. But Smalling standing inside the box, blocks the ball. And then 10 minutes after that, Chris Smalling brings down James Milner, who's bombing it towards the Manchester United net. He goes lunging into the tackle. He already got booked for blocking Joe Hart's kick. Takes out Milner. He gets a second yellow card. Gets sent off. It's like pouring blood into the water waiting for the Sharks. Now Manchester United have to defend for 52 minutes with 10 men, and one of their defenders is now gone. Chris Smalling, no brain. That was stupid as you like. Completely unnecessary. That's a right pain in the arse for Van Gaal. He should be kicking him in the arse in the change room for that. Completely unnecessary. So on that ensuing play, a free kick comes in. I think it was Yaya Toure. Kompany was whiskers away from nodding that one into the net. Close call for United. De Gea dove, he couldn't get there, and Kompany just misses it. Right after that, Januzaj gets sacrificed for Michael Carrick. He's been out for a long time injured. Glad to see that lad back. Carrick has to come on because Smalling's been a right dumbass getting himself sent off. So Van Gaal has to adjust for that. So right at the end of the half, 45th minute plus extra time, Yaya Toure and Jovetic combine in an amazing play. One touch back, one touch forward. Yaya Toure makes a run. Jovetic passes it over all the Manchester United defensemen. They're all watching the ball go over their heads. Yaya Toure controls the ball. Just as he controls it, Marcos Rojo comes from behind, clatters into him, takes him out. It's a right penalty, simple as that. It's not given. City would have felt hard done by if they hadn't won the game in the end. But it was a bad call from the referee. Manchester United actually had more of the possession in the first half. Second half comes around, City are really coming on now. Navas has a shot that's blocked by Fellaini, then Zabaleta blows one over the bar. It's a really high octane start to the second half, and we're all sitting at our TVs like, yeah, come on, this is going to be great. Demichelis makes another wonderful run. He gets by 3 Manchester United defenders, I think it was. Rojo was one of them. We'll get back to that in a minute. He eventually goes off for a corner. Rojo stayed down on the play. He tried to get the ball from Demichelis while he was making his run. Fell over Demichelis, landed on his left shoulder. He was down for a long time. He had to be stretchered off the field. We hope he's all going to be alright. I mean, that's an awful, awful thing when a player needs to be stretchered off the pitch. So, 19-year-old Patrick McNair now comes on. Another problem for Louis van Gaal. He has 2 19-year-olds playing at the back. Sure, one of them is Luke Shaw. Sure. But, still, 2 19-year-olds against the people like Aguero, Navas, Jovetic, Toure, and then Dzeko comes on a little bit after that, as well as Milner was still on. They have to be shitting themselves. I'd be scared as shit if I was a defender and all those names are coming at me. My goodness. So, Kun Aguero goes through 5 or 6 Manchester United players. Sergio Aguero just going ham. I think it was Fellaini that brought him down in the box again. That's Manchester City's 3rd penalty appeal. Michael Oliver, the referee, doesn't give it. City are furious. Absolutely furious. I mean, that was a penalty. There were 2 other calls. Aguero was brought down twice. Yaya Toure was brought down once. Really, if City had been awarded those penalties, this game wouldn't have been anywhere close to anywhere as close as it was. So we fast forward a bit more, 62nd minute now. Yaya Toure finds Gael Clichy on the left-hand side of the box. He sends a grass cutter ball, perfect pass to Sergio Aguero. He's in the space right between Michael Carrick and Daley Blind. Blasted into the top corner. De Gea dove, couldn't get an arm to it. Unfortunate there for De Gea. He had a really, really good game. He was my man of the match by far. So City finally have their goal. But the game isn't letting up. Manchester United kept going. They kept going hard. They kept pressing and pressing. And they kept going forward as well. And they got a couple chances with Van Persie. He got by Demichelis and he got by Clichy later in the half, and just missed by a little bit. Joe Hart actually got a leg to that. He got a corner for that effort. Van Persie did. Great run there. Van Persie was kind of silent for parts of the game, but he did really, really well there. 70th minute now. Van Persie is just about to come off, and it's Jesus Navas who's bombing it down the right-hand side. Gets by his man, hammers one off the post. De Gea couldn't get there in time. It comes right back out. 5 minutes later after that, going the other way now, Wayne Rooney goes through 3 guys. He gets by Kompany, Fernandinho, Zabaleta, Toure, and he gives the ball to Van Persie. Van Persie gives it to Di Maria. Di Maria takes a lovely curling shot. It's just curling. Joe Hart gets a hand there, stops that one from going in the net. And United are really, really coming on now in the final few minutes. Going the other way again now. Manchester City coming after Manchester United. Toure dangles McNair. He floats a curling shot inches wide of the post. Yaya Toure had a great game. Really, really solid. Unfortunate they're not to score. I think if he was definitely Manchester City's one of their best players. He's been receiving a lot of scrutiny and criticism lately for not being good enough, but he was definitely playing and performing well in this game. United really started coming on. They were bombing everybody forward. Vincent Kompany was just shitting all over his back line for them to stay strong. Demichelis, Clichy, Zabaleta and himself were under quite a bit of pressure. Manchester United got 3 late corners. Angel Di Maria takes all 3 of them, sends all 3 of them to the near post. Come on, lad. Your team is down by 1 goal. Everybody's forward. You have 3 bloody corners and you send all of them in the same place. I mean, easy as you like. City eventually took the game. They held on for the victory. They deserved it. Manchester United really shot themselves in the foot with Smalling, screwing them over. My man of the match is David De Gea. And I just thought this was a great game. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you liked the video, guys, be sure to subscribe. And I'll catch you all later. Peace.